Hi, Tom here. There's gonna be a moment, maybe it's today, maybe it was last night at 3 a.m., where you look in the mirror and you don't quite recognize who's staring back. Not because you've changed, but because you've stopped showing up for that person. Life has this way of wearing us down. Not all at once, not in dramatic waves, but in tiny, quiet moments where we say, I'll try again tomorrow. I don't have the energy today. Maybe I'm just not that person anymore. But let me tell you something. You are still in there. You are still that person. The dreams, the grit, the light, they didn't disappear. They've just been waiting for you to show up again. This isn't about hustling harder. It's not about being perfect. It's not about fixing everything overnight. It's about one thing: choosing yourself. Even when no one's watching, even when your hands are shaking, even when you've been knocked down so many times you forgot what standing tall even feels like, today, you rise. Not because the world told you to, but because your soul whispered, I'm still here. There's a quiet kind of pain that comes from self-abandonment. It doesn't scream. It doesn't make headlines. But it erodes you, little by little. You start saying yes when you mean no. You put others first so often, your own needs become strangers. You scroll past your own life while cheering for everyone else's. And the saddest part, no one notices. Because you've trained them not to. You taught the world that you're okay with being the background character in your own story. But deep down, you're not. You were never meant to dim, just to keep others comfortable. Let me tell you the truth no one wants to say out loud. Self-abandonment is self-betrayal. But here's the redemption. Every time you show up for yourself again, every time you take a breath and say, I matter, my voice matters, my boundaries matter, you're not just hearing your present, you're rewriting your past. You're telling the version of you who stayed quiet, who played small, who let go of their fire, I see you. I've got you now. Reclaiming yourself is not a one-time act. It's not a single, bold step. It's a series of quiet revolutions. Choosing water instead of numbing, rest instead of overfunctioning, truth instead of silence. Showing up when it's awkward, when it's messy, when it's unbearably hard. But showing up anyway. Because the version of you that's been waiting in the shadows, yeah, they're ready to rise. Showing up for yourself isn't some grand cinematic moment with a crowd clapping and slow motion music behind you. It's quieter. It's grittier. It's often ugly, uncomfortable, and completely unseen. It's opening your eyes after 3 days of depression and whispering, get up, just shower today. It's walking away from someone you love because staying means losing yourself. It's saying no, not because you want to hurt someone, but because you spent years hurting yourself in silence. It's making a doctor's appointment you've been avoiding for months. It's turning off your phone for an hour so you can hear your own thoughts again. It's cooking yourself a real meal. Looking yourself in the mirror and saying, we're not giving up today, not this time. It's not glamorous, it doesn't trend, and no one claps when you do it. But make no mistake, these are acts of defiance, acts of revolution, acts of love. Because showing up for yourself day after day, when your heart is heavy, when your past is loud, when every instinct tells you to retreat, that's power. Not the kind that roars, the kind that endures. And if today all you did was breathe, if all you did was decide to try again tomorrow, you showed up. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You don't need to earn your worth. You were born with it. Before the world taught you to shrink, before the heartbreak made you question your value, before people left you carrying your silence, you were whole. And that wholeness, it's still in you. Right now, under the doubt, beneath the fear, still intact, still waiting. The reason it feels so hard to show up sometimes is because the world trained you not to. Taught you to be polite instead of powerful. Taught you to endure instead of express. Taught you to keep peace on the outside, even when there's a war on the inside. And here is what they don't teach you. You get to come back to yourself. And not just once, but every single day. Even when you're tired, even when you're broken, even when you're sobbing into your hands in the dark, thinking, this can't be my life. Especially then. That's when it matters the most. Because each time you show up for yourself, each time you choose healing over hiding, courage over comfort, presence over perfection, you become unstoppable. Not because you're invincible, but because you're real. And real is rare. Real is brave. Real is what changes everything. So, if no one's told you lately, I will. You are not too much. You are not too late. You are not broken. You are becoming. And I promise, you are worth showing up for. If this message hits home, tell me in the comments. What's the one way you're going to show up for yourself this week? Big or small, it doesn't matter. And if you're still figuring that out, that's okay too. You're here, you're listening. And that means you're already on your way. Take care and be calm.